Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm here in an online call with Johan from the band The Exploding Boy. Hi, first of all.
Hello.
Hi, The Exploding Boy. I think people know the band, The Exploding Boy. They might know you, but also from your other band, from your solo, or it's not totally solo, but from your own project, Sjöblom. But today we have said we talk about The Exploding Boy because some things are coming, some things are changing, or not changing, but there's something to talk about. So first of all, to people outside who never heard of The Exploding Boy, how would you describe that band to a stranger?
Uh, it's a sort of a it was the first band that really first band post-punk band in Sweden, Stockholm, who reached Germany in a bigger way on the gothic scene. Nowadays there's a lot of bands, but when we were playing first, it wasn't that many really. So it's some kind of a post-punk indie thing with the great songs and good-looking members.
Totally. Including you, for sure.
Of course.
Good looking, yes. Great. And when and how did the story start of The Exploding Boy? When was it?
20 years ago. We have a 20 years celebration this year. We haven't done that much about it really, but we released a vinyl on our hit album, and we're going to play some festivals and some other venues this year. So we have something going on, and we're happy we played for 20 years. It feels like a long time.
Totally long time. But we have to say the last years have been a little bit quiet. Is it like that? We haven't released any album, only reissues, but not something new. We have been playing not that much. So what was the reason that The Exploding Boy was a little bit more calm than before?
We had quiet periods during the years, and right now some of the members have kids, and some of the members, I don't know, have lots of work to do and stuff like that, and we're like a bit older and lazy. We've always been lazy, so that's not a new thing. But I don't know. We haven't released anything for a while, and we have some new stuff going on, but we don't we feel like if we're going to release something, it have to be really really good. So we're embracing the old stuff right now, and releasing some vinyls, on the hit albums and stuff like that. So, but it was really funny because we played the Vegetea last year. Did we? Was it last year?
Not sure, but
Anyhow,
might be.
and we haven't done anything for a while, so we went there, and it was like full packed. We sold everything. We sold everything, and it was like so nice. So people missed us. So got so happy. So we thought we have to continue playing some festivals now because it was so funny.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure people are missing you. This is
Yep.
one reason why we talk, and we will talk about this more. Another reason why we talk is you told me that there's a reissue, for example, of Afterglow,
Yep.
which was really one of your cool albums. So yes, looks really cool. So this is a vinyl reissue. How
Yeah.
did you come up with doing reissues? It's not the first reissue I know. So what is the reason that you said, okay, let's do the old albums again?
It's I don't know. If, if you're in a band, you really want your stuff on vinyls, And we don't have a label anymore. We don't have any labels or anything anymore. So we can do what we want, and we wanted to release it on vinyl. So a couple of years ago, we released the first album,
Mhm.
and now people wanted the Afterglow, of course, because it's a great album. So we released it as well, and it takes some time. You have to try to find the files, the master files, and then you have to remaster it somehow because it doesn't sound that good from the beginning, and then you have to do the covers, blah blah blah. So it takes a while to get it out.
For
And
sure.
but then it's so happy when it got released. So we're so happy with it.
Yeah, I think vinyl release is cool nowadays, but it's also you have to wait for the pressings and stuff. It's not that easy to get vinyl out, so you have to plan and be patient and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. We're listening through the Manic Depression guys. So they're fantastic people. So they're making a great job with it.
Yeah, cool. And let's talk about Afterglow. So if you look back on this album, what have been the things that inspired you back then, that have been part of the lyrics, part of the music? What was really inspiring in those years? I think it was 2008, something?
2009.
9, okay.
I think.
Yeah, 9.
2009. Well, it was the 40 Days song who brought us to Germany, actually. Because we made a song called 40 Days, and some indie guy in Germany got it and thought like, whoa, this is a great song, and called me and wanted us to come to Germany. And we thought like, oh, Germany, that's so far away. We can't go there. But then we got like 4 gigs instantly, and so we played there. And then when we came there, they told us like, oh, you have to play on the Vegetia. That's in 2 months or something. We're like, okay. So we went to Germany like 5 or 6 times that year, the first year. So it was this album and the 40 Days song that brought us to Germany the first time. So yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to us. It was first album as well that we made as a band. The first album really was me and Lars who made demos. So that's so this is the first real band album. So and only great songs on it. Still works.
So this means every member could bring in something and say, okay, I have an idea here or I have a part there. Was it like that back then?
On this album?
Yeah, on the songwriting process.
We have 3 people who make songs, really. It's me making songs, and Stefan making songs, and Lars making grounds. And then me or Stefan make the lyrics and the melodies on the Lars grounds. So we have like many ways to make the songs. So the albums, I think, are very interesting because it's so many different ways we made the songs. And the Heart of Glass song was really funny because Lars made a ground, the Heart of Glass, and then we stole the snare from White Lies, and then we made a competition between me and Stefan who can make the best melodies and lyrics in this song. So we made lyrics, both of us, and then we showed it to the other guys, and then we'll see what fits the best.
So this is really different to, for example, what you do on Sjöblom on your new project, where you mainly are the main songwriter. Is it like this? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
a different dynamics.
Yep, absolutely. So I think there's a big difference between. I think you can hear it. People say they can hear it anyway. So, well.
Okay. And what did you learn out of this album, out of producing it, that you could take for the follow-up albums, for the things that came? Which learnings did you have back then? Do you remember something?
We always been, just doing what we wanted when we wanted it. So and that's not always a good thing because the album after the Black album, it was like disappeared because we didn't promote it or something. It just disappeared. And on the Afterglow album, we was pretty hyped. We can go and play wherever we wanted to do. And then we were lazy and didn't promote the next album, and we just made it and disappeared for a while. So I don't know if we learned anything of anything, and it's we never learn from our mistakes. But song wise, I don't think we probably made good songs after that as well. But I don't know if we learned anything from it really. We just continued making good songs. That's we have a process. We just did it for like 4 albums. And it worked. Like song-wise, it worked because the songs were really great, I think.
Yeah, totally. And I think the songwriting is no problem because The Exploding Boy, every album is cool, every album is great. As we mentioned, people are longing to see you again. I think, as you mentioned, it's a little bit the laziness sometimes. Is it also because there are so many members in the band, it's difficult to coordinate things like that?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Everyone has a role somehow as well. So you need all the roles to get something done, and then to rehearse and stuff like that. I mean, and get together to make songs. A bit difficult right now. It is, but
But as you
that's
said,
why.
things are now happening because you're playing at the Amphi Festival, for example, this year and several
Yeah.
other stuff. So this is for the anniversary set. And I think next year you are planning to do more. We can't tell everything, but so you want to revive somehow The Exploding Boy, give it a new push. Is this now the plan?
Yeah, we wanted to do a tour now in October, November, something, but we are having a small tour again with the Cassandra Complex with Sjöblom in November, so it didn't work. And it was too short time to fix it together. So we're thinking next year. And the push, I don't know. I think it's time to push. I don't know if we need to push. We just have to show people, more people, that the songs are great. Because right now, we never push for our band. And right now it's the Spotify. People listening like hell at Spotify. So we have a record right now with loads of people, and I got mail from people like, oh, I just discovered you, motherfucker. But this is a good band. So people find us, like us. I don't know, but a push is always good. This interview is very good for us.
Yeah,
for example.
For sure, it will not be the last one because we are talking from time to time for Sjöblom or now for Exploding Boy as well. For example, when you come to Germany, we can do some face-to-face talk again.
Yeah.
But for sure, people are longing for new material. So, do you have some new songs at least finished? Are you working on something? What's the state at the moment?
We have some grounds. They're okay, but not perfect. So Lars are making some grounds as well, and I want to do like new songs, new great songs. But right now I have not so much time. That we'll see. We have ideas and grounds, but we don't have anything perfect to give you yet. We'll see about that.
Okay, so people can't expect, for example, on Amphi Festival some new material. You will play all old songs on the set, but the hits, for example, like Dark City and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, but we are we don't want to play the same songs all over. So we have actually fixed quite a lot of backing tracks for other songs that because if you look at what people like, example on Spotify, it's not the hit songs all the time. It's like the man, we never played it. So we have makes a lot of extra backing tracks for songs that we never played, and we're going to play them. And it's really funny because some of my favorite songs are not the hit songs.
And maybe they developed hit songs now because people, as I mentioned, on Spotify, listening to them and discover other songs than that they knew before, probably, or that have been played in clubs, for example. So, for example, Dark City is a club song. I played it as a DJ, for example. And now people discover new songs of you or old new songs.
We have released 5 albums, so that's like 50 songs.
Yeah.
And we played like 30 of them maybe live. Then we have a lot less left.
So are you rehearsing a lot now at the moment with the band?
We're only rehearsing when we're going to have gigs. So we're going to start rehearsing for Amphi pretty soon. And then we have a big show in Gothenburg and a Stockholm gig as well during the summer. We were booked at a Romanian festival, but we couldn't make it, so we had to cancel that, sadly. But that's what we're having at the moment.
Okay, but for these moments we rehearse, and for sure, as we mentioned, probably we'll try to get some tour next year.
Yep.
So this would be really cool. And talking about playing live, which of the Exploding Boys songs do you like personally most playing live? What is really cool for you playing, singing, rocking, where you say, okay, this feels really great?
I like the pop songs, I think. I like the Afterglow songs. I like some of the, the Black Album has a lot of great songs on it. Get Out of My Head song. That's a really cool song. And there's a lot of songs I like to play. The latest album, the Alarms one, it's the most produced album, I think, and one of the best as well, because it has such a great songs on it. But it's really hard to play live. It's some of the hit songs from that one. We rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed, and it's like we can't really get it right there. We can't get the feeling. So, but we're going to play some of the songs there as well. So.
I think the problem is the more you produce and you have a really good production, the more difficult sometimes it is to get it on stage, because in the studio you have more layers, more stuff, and live you only have your instruments and the backing tracks, and it's not the same. So you have to rearrange some of the alarm songs,
Yes.
for example, to get them to the right point.
When we were touring with the Alarms album, we had a drummer as well at that moment. So we were 6 persons. But backing tracks, were projections. It was like a computers everywhere, and 6 persons. So that worked, but
So now this means now you have reduced. How many people are you now at the moment?
now we're 5. We are
no drummer.
The no drummer. He left a couple of years ago. So we were touring with just before the Corona. We had 2 years we toured with Germany, and once with Prince Variante, and then we had 5 people as well. So, and then the Corona came, and nothing more was to be done for a couple of years.
That's it. And I think after Corona, you started, for example, Sjöblom, and this was something to focus on, and touring, as you mentioned, with, for example, Cassandra Complex, which for sure brings a lot, I think. Brings you to many places, many connections and stuff. So maybe you can take this.
Yep.
The tours with Sjöblom, what can you take out of these for upcoming The Exploding Boys tours? Did you learn something that you say, okay, this we can put onto our The Exploding Boys tours as well?
No, I don't think that. I have recently bought some in-ears. I'm going to bring the in-ears to the Exploding Boys show, but I never really thought about that I needed them on the Exploding Boys shows, because it's so much live, a lot of guitars and keyboards and stuff around me. So I didn't thought I needed it. But with the Sjöblom, sometimes I couldn't hear, what tune I was going to sing. That was terrible, just terrible.
Totally understand. I think I know what you mean. With a whole band, you have more sounds around you, and you always know where you are in the song. And with 2 people on stage, it's not like that. You really have to hear the other one.
I don't know if we can bring anything. We toured so much with Exploding Boy, so we have a basic idea how it works.
And besides tour plans and working on new material, are there other things that you are planning? Maybe doing some videos or stuff in the future?
No, not really. We have a big live recording from when we played in Orlando when we toured with the Exploding Boy in the East Coast. So we have the whole show. It's like 2 hours or something. We play there for a long time, all the songs. So we want to do a big live album with that tracks. So we'll see about that.
But this means you have a good fan base in the USA as well?
No, we have fans there. We do. But you know, America's big and
yeah, sure.
And we have fans everywhere. We were playing in Athens with Sjöblom. And then after the show, the bookers came and like want to take pictures because they loved Exploding Boy. Everyone who loves the Exploding Boy, wherever you go, people, some people there loves the Exploding Boy. So we're well known, more well known than I knew actually.
Yeah, sure. I told you when we met in England, for example, we talked about this a little bit, and I think the Exploding Boy is one of the most underrated bands at the moment because you have been a little bit quiet, but you could be like somewhere here, like other bands that are coming at the moment. And I think this should be the plan now because music is great, people are great. Only this Johan, he is somehow no, just kidding. Yeah, but I really think so. On Spotify, for example, you can see where people like you. Do you have other countries where you know people really, really adore you and maybe want you to play there someday?
We should try to. They should contact our independent booking agency and get them to book us everywhere.
So some South America or stuff would be cool for you.
Yeah. We actually got in contact with this booker in South America, but 5 people, it's too much to travel. So if we had been like 2 people, it was or 3, it was okay. 5, they said no.
I think this is really a problem nowadays.
Yeah.
Back in the days, it was like a band had at least have been 4 or 5 people. Nowadays, because of cost, it's like everyone is happy if you are maybe 2 people, 3 people, as you mentioned, but not more because you have to pay for travel, for hotels and stuff, for catering. So it's easier, for example, to travel with Sjöblom than with Exploding Boy because just of the cost. This is really hard fact.
But Sjöblom is not that big, that Exploding Boy. So that's a problem. So
yeah, sure. Yeah, but it would be easier to book you, for example, for something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we hope that, as you mentioned, the Exploding Boy tour next year.
Yep.
In Germany, and then afterwards all over the world. Some world.
Yep. Probably. Yes.
Would be cool. Great. What else are your plans privately for the summer, for example? Do you have something where you say, okay, like vacations? What do you like for vacations when you have time?
The summer we are not doing some family vacation in Sweden somewhere, and then the festival and the gigs. It's not much left there, but we're going to release a single with Sjöblom actually before the summer. So something you can dance to while you're missing the Exploding Boy new songs. You can listen to this one.
When will it come out? Do you have a release date?
June 5th. Okay. I had actually no time to write songs, but suddenly a weekend, me and Robert were sending files, forth and back, and then we went to John, our producer, and just recorded it in a couple of hours. So it's a pretty fast electronic tune.
Nice.
Well, something.
Yeah, I
Nice.
have an eye on it. Listen to it when it comes out.
Yeah, you should.
Great. And the tour with Cassandra Complex with Sjöblom, when does that start? I'm not sure yet.
November.
So then people can see you all over Germany, Europe probably, and
Yeah, I did 10 gigs, 6 in Germany and 1 in Holland and 1 in Belgium, 1 in Prague and 1 in somewhere else.
so latest then we'll meet again for sure.
Yes,
I come to
of
one
course.
of the shows and talk
That's
to you again and to Rodney for sure as well. So for today, do you have some greetings to the people outside before we quit?
Yes, it is the 20th anniversary for the Exploding Boy. Anyhow, even if you don't do that much noise of it, but the new vinyl, get it before it runs out, and see us on Amphi, and tell your local booker to book us next year.
I will do so, promised. So thanks for the great talk again.
Thank you.
People outside, thanks for watching. The Exploding Boy, Johan, great band, great guy. And I say bye-bye, cheers.
Bye-bye, always a pleasure.